What's up, AlQ19? We got Daryl Dwayne in the house, the Nation Nightmare. Make sure you hit the like button. There's 9 of you guys watching right now. We're going to start in about a minute talking exactly what went down when it came to GM Dave Ziegler's press conference earlier today. So, again, stay tuned for that as we talk here in the field. Appreciate you guys. We'll get started in a little bit, and a lot of things to talk about here. Dennis Menace, Daniel Kinman's in the house. He's down to the wire, getting all the people in the draft. Absolutely. Welcome to the dark side of BEASTwriter. I am your host, Ryan Sakamoto, and today we're going to be discussing making sense of Raiders GM Dave Ziegler's Q&A that we had with exclusive beat writers. If you guys don't know, there's only a handful of us who are our beat writers who are there. There's a lot of people who pretend they're there and they're not. We always talk about this as beat writers amongst ourselves, and because it's such a close-knit group, and it's not saying, oh, I'm cooler than everyone else. It's just like, if you're not there, don't try to act like you're there. And then again, don't steal people's information and content. That's another thing that we discussed too. So just be on the lookout. I'm not gonna throw shade at anyone, but I'm just gonna be warning people to be careful for stealing videos, whether it be training camp videos, whether it be interviews like today. There is definitely things legally that you can and cannot do, and if you continue to do those things, it's not going to be beneficial for you. I'm just going to leave it at that. But yeah, it's kind of scary how anything you talk about a legal team, it's pretty serious. So just putting it out there, whether it's an Instagram story, whether it's a video, a reel, a YouTube video, be careful. Be careful. Thank you so much, On to Six Soldier. We're kicking it off with a bang. Thank you for the super chat. He says, the nation would like to thank you for all your hard work. Keep it up, and the sky is the limit for you and your channel. The IG gods actually let me share your live on IG. Thank you. I appreciate that. And actually, you kind of beat me to it because I didn't even do it. This is the first one I didn't do by reposting my scheduled live stream, which is every Friday. If you guys don't know, we're doing a 4th and goal segment, and this is where we're going to talk about, obviously, the news, notes, and quotes leading up to the game, because from Monday through Thursday, that's when we interview the players and the coaches and everyone in between. And so you'll get the locker room pulse interviews, the coaches corner interviews that I get exclusively here in the DOB for all of you guys. And then obviously my practice videos that you all come to love. So again, put that all together every single week. I'm going to put that into a little 4th and goal segment every Friday at around, it could be around this time. It could be a little bit earlier. I haven't kind of figured out that sweet spot, but just know it's going to be any time after you guys put your kids to bed. So obviously I don't think for anyone who depending on how old your kids are, but for most, I guess, I don't know what the age group is, but anyone under 10 is probably in bed right now. I mean, they wouldn't be out partying. That would be crazy. But no, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it, man. And it really does help the channel. So if you guys want to donate, you guys can do that and support me in the DOB with a super chat or super sticker like on NT6 Soldier. You guys can do so. And it would really help me out a lot. If not, there's 17 of you guys watching. A like is free 99. That is free and really helps me a lot. And like I always say, man, a like is worth 1,000 hugs. And so again, a little goes a long way, and you don't know how much that means to me, because I'll push it to other nation like yourselves. Look, all I need is eyes on the channel. That's all we need here in the DOB is eyes on the channel. Once they get locked in on the live stream, they're going to be locked in for life. Raider Nation for life. But you have 24 hours to choose what you choose to do with those 24 hours, and who you want to follow is up to you. I want to follow someone who gets it right in real time and then cross-checking it out off in hindsight. So keep score. Here. I mean, if you're new to following me, again, thank you and mahalo for subscribing. We were at 5,091 subscribers. We're at 5,096 subscribers. So we gained 5 subscribers overnight, and definitely going to get more. Shout out to GM Dave Ziegler for giving me a shout out before he kicked off his presser. He's like, the beast, and wasn't expecting it, but truly honored and humbled that he would give me a shout out, right, of everyone in the room. And so like I thought that was very unexpected, but one of those things where I was talking to my parents about it because they were watching the Raiders YouTube live stream, and they said, did I hear that right? Did Dave Ziegler give you a shout out, or is there another beast in the room? I was like, Mom, there's only one beast. And she started laughing, and she's like, yeah, I wasn't really sure because and she was like, I wasn't really sure because I wasn't sure if I heard beast or heard something else. Like, what else did you hear? And she's like, I don't know. I thought I heard beast. And yeah. So shout out to GM Dave Ziegler. Thank you so much. Mahalo. That kind of love is just going to give more eyes on the BEASTwriter family channel here in the dark side of BEASTwriter, and then also push the algorithm because obviously the nation was watching that live stream, right? And so again, I'll be honest with you, I was a little caught off guard. I was like, whoa, that's dope. Like he said, what's up to me? And then people were calling, getting text messages. My friend Soraya, who lives here in Vegas, she's like, NBG or MBD, no big deal. And then she had the smirk emoji. She's like, no surprise here. They do that with you with the Niners. She's like, it was only about time when it happened with the Raiders. So, yeah, it was one of those things where people, you look around the room and they're like, did I just hear that? Beast. I thought that was dope. But no, thank you so much, Dave Ziegler. I appreciate it, man. It really means a lot because a little goes a long way. Like I said, like, look, I'm a startup, so like those little things add up to a lot. Like it may not add up financially right now, but it will add up in the end. But little things like that I can carry with me for the rest of my life. And I think you can't buy that, right? You can't, no amount of money can buy that type of love. So thank you. Shout out to Dave Ziegler for giving me a shout out. So shout out to you. Robert Pena says, beast. We got a lot of love in here, man. D Menace, I like the salutes. Oh, and there's 27 of you guys watching. If you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And again, it pushes the YouTube algorithm. And again, if you don't like what I like to provide on a daily basis, and you don't like my X's and O's content, or you don't like my beast receipts, just give it a thumbs down. Either way, it means that you're engaged with me, which is a good thing. It's going to push up the algorithm. So to be honest with you, I don't care if you give it a thumbs up or a thumb down, because they're both equally really good. So if you're a hater, give it a thumbs down. If you're a liker, give it a thumbs up. If you're part of the DOB mob, give it a thumbs up. Part of the DOB family, give it a thumbs up. It's funny. When I was with the Niners, and then we'll get talking about Dave Ziegler in a little bit, but there's always like 3 people, right, that would just thumbs it down every video. And I'm like, why is it only 3? Right? And I was like, that's weird, right? And I kind of put 2 and 2 together. I found out who those 3 people were, and then they stopped. I wonder why. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, what we got here? Jesse Cardenas is in the house. We got Egalitarian 207 in the house. Man, we got a lot of people in here. The Nation Nightmare, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Thank you, my man. Appreciate you. And I love having you in here. Love engaging with you. You've been on every live stream, if I'm not mistaken, Monday through Friday. And again, this is the second week in a row we had scheduled live streams. Pick 6. Again, if you're new to follow me, because we're picking up new subscribers every single day, literally after every live stream, I'll pick up like 5, 6, sometimes 10 subscribers, 15 subscribers the other day, 2 days ago. So we're growing. We are growing. And as I said, all we need is eyes. And you know what's helping, guys? The likes, right? The engagement. That's what we try to build in this community here on YouTube, right? We're trying to build that family vibe. Everyone talks about bringing the family vibe, but they're not really about that family vibe. You know what I'm saying? So I always say actions speak louder than words ever will, right? And so I really, what I say, I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't talk the talk. Y'all see my Beast receipts. And people want to say, oh, cool story, Beast receipts. Yeah, I got the receipts. Do you? Okay. But if you don't like this flavor, it's all good, man. I understand. People don't want to follow other people for other reasons. So I get it. You're not going to hurt my feelings. You'll just be missing out on what's actually happening, and you'll be wasting your time. Following clickbait. Clickbait. Tien's in the house. Tien, you were on the Raiders live stream, I've been told. Am I correct? As I was asking the questions there at Raiders headquarters. Head says, what's good, B? Salute Nation. DOB Mob. Jeremy Willis says, saw the shout out from Ziegler. That was awesome. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. And like I said, man, a little goes a long way. Like these moments, people can kind of downplay like, oh, cool story, whatever. It is a cool story. Like out of all the people, he gave me a shout out. And I thought that was very, very humbling, very unexpected. But at the same time, it really meant a lot to me personally on a personal level. Because he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to say hi or acknowledge me. He could just went on in his presser and said, hey, look, this is just the formality of it. Boom, boom, and then leave. So I thought that was really cool. One of those things that I'll remember for the rest of my life. And when I write my book, which I am going to write a book, I don't know if it's going to be called or titled Dark Side of BEASTwriter, or it can be titled, let me write that down. But I am going to come out with a book, my rise as a 49ers beat writer, and now switching over to the dark side as a Raiders beat writer, and my stories and backstories, how I came to be doing this self-employed, and then how that grind came about. And again, it's moments like these that make what I do so special, in my opinion. Only speaking for myself, is like you cannot buy that kind of feedback or interaction, right? Like, and so, like I said, like a little for me goes a long way. Like yes, I want to make money. Yes, I want to do this as my 9 to 5. I mean, I have to pay the bills. Everyone, I mean, who doesn't, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, I think Dave Ziegler sees how much I sacrifice doing what I'm doing, grinding it out, watching the film. And he's told me he appreciates my one-on-one training camp one-on-one breakdowns on Twitter. Brandon Yeargan loves my college game film, director of college scouting, gave him a shout out. He also told me at the East-West Shrine Bowl festivities that he appreciated my work. He says not a lot of people put in the work that you put in. So everybody from the scouting department, DeJuan Daniels, they all see the grind that I put in, and kind of getting emotional because like it is like a lot of work, and it just irritates me that people try to piggyback on my analysis and pass it off as their own. Because it's a give and take, and for them to even go that route and look at themselves in the mirror and think it's okay, it's really not. It's really not okay, and people are noticing it. So again, only got 2.5 hours of sleep because I was watching game film. And so just my mind going into the GM Dave Ziegler presser today was just that you're running on fumes, right? Just like when I'm on prep for a bodybuilding show, you're running on fumes. You just got, when the lights come on, you got to shine, no excuses, play like a champion. So I thought that was really cool. All right. It's just the beginning of the DOB movement. Yeah, it really is, man. And like I said, and I hear things, people make fun of the Beast receipts, people make fun of all this stuff, but at the end of the day, it's like, you can make fun of it, but you don't have to like me, right? Like, I don't get along with everyone. Not everyone's going to like this flavor here in the DOB. But the one thing that no one can question, whether you like me or don't like me, whether it's bodybuilding, whether it's my work ethic, in the classroom, whatever the case may be, right? Or being a beat writer, reporter, right? You can never question my undying work ethic. Everyone says, I will put in the work. I will outwork anyone. I guarantee you, I put in the work and I will outwork you. And if you say that you can outwork me, trust me, I will outwork you 10 times harder. And I put my money where my mouth is. Burning 1,000 calories on the Stairmaster in under 60 minutes. Someone says I can do it. Okay, let's do it. Sniffs it. Can't even do 500 calories in less than 30 minutes. All right. So I said, okay. And then it was another guy that I worked with. And he says, oh yeah, it's not accurate. I was like, okay, cool. I'll do 1,200. I'll burn 1,200 calories in under an hour. And all you have to do is burn 600 since, you think it's easy. I can do that. I can do that. Couldn't do it. See, everybody's talking a big game like, oh yeah, I have the undying work ethic. What? No, you don't, dude. You don't work out at the gym 6 hours a day. You also don't work and put in 65, 70 hours of game film a day. And on top of that, you don't have the bandwidth to do what I do and creating the analysts that I provide. And then hopping on live streams, make sure that everything's streamlined. Because again, I'm a one-man show. I have to wear different caps. I have to be the lighting guy, the sound check guy, the game film breakdown guy, the content creating guy. A lot of times when you work for a big company, which is a good thing, and maybe one day I'll get there, but I'm not, and hopefully I get there, but I'm not. And if I don't, I think I'll be established by then anyways, where I'm probably not going to go that route anyways. But if that opportunity came about, which would be pretty cool opportunity, it's delegated. So you're not streamlined. When people say, oh, are you writing? Are you doing this? It's like, yeah, I do all of that in one. Whereas people just concentrate on one task and they can delegate the work. Like today's presser, you can talk about 7, 8, 12 different subjects when it comes to GM Dave Ziegler, right? Look at how many shorts I had to put up alone by myself. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying the proof is in the pudding and the hard work that I put in, right? But people don't want to see that. They just see and want to throw shade. It's like, that's not going to work, man, because you're challenging my credibility. It just annoys the crap out of me, dude. Anyways. Gene Lawson says, hi, Beast, lunchtime in Aussie. Who do you see interested in Skoronski, and how low could we drop and draft him? Cheers, Mean Gene. Thank you. Hey, Mean Gene, I like it. I like that nickname, Mean Gene. And thank you for hopping on the Dark Side of BEASTwriter live stream. This is the first time you have ever hopped on our show. I get back to every single comment here. Every single one. I don't miss a beat. I'm telling you, that's another cool thing, is I want to give you guys a platform as a fully credentialed Raiders beat writer. I want to give you guys a voice. You guys have a voice. No one's voice is greater than the nation. Not mine, not anybody's, right? Well, I can't speak for anyone else. Maybe they want their voice to be bigger than yours. But here in the DLB, it's all about the good vibes only, where you are the voice. The DLB family is the voice. The DLB mob is the voice. You guys are the bloodline. So thank you for chiming in. This is your first, and you're from Australia. I see you. By the way, I covered Jared Hayne and became good friends with Jared Hayne's family. You know who Jared Hayne is, the rugby star. And if you want to see what I had to say about Jared Hayne, it's up here on this YouTube channel. Got to know him very, very well, and his family very, very well. Like on a personal level, became really good friends with that family. It's funny that you mentioned her. But Skoronski, yeah, I talked about it with GM Dave Ziegler about Peter Skoronski, right? And again, we're on this for 21 minutes and 30 seconds. There's 43 of us watching, went up from 27. It is spiking. Give this video a thumbs up. Let me write this down. I know there's people in here who want to piggyback on my analysis. It's all good. But let me write the 44 now. Let me write this down. Give it a thumbs up, and definitely helps the Dark Side of BEASTwriter here on YouTube. So again, that is free. I am not asking for any monetary amount, although that is something that if you want to choose and donate, definitely open to do. I'm not going to turn down a donation. Absolutely not, because this is my 9 to 5. But a like is just as good. Times are tough. I get it. Times are tough for me too. Like for instance, I had to go to McDonald's today. All right. Just put one. I literally went to McDonald's, asked Daniel Kim. I was on the phone with him, and got a 2 quarter pounders. By the way, Daniel Kim, they messed up my order. I asked for 2 quarter pounders with cheese with mac sauce. They gave me 2 quarter pounders with cheese with all the condiments. I went to the same McDonald's, and I love this McDonald's, by the way, down the street on St. Rose. I love them. But they messed up my order right before going to Raiders headquarters today, because I ordered 3 hotcakes, the hotcakes, sausage McMuffin, and a McGriddle. Okay. They got the McGriddle and the McMuffin right, but they gave me 2.5 pancakes. Like, how the heck did you get 2.5? And those things are expensive. How the heck do you get 2.5 pancakes? People are like, no, it's not. It's hella cheap. It's like $1 a pancake. That's expensive for me, bro. It literally was 2.5 pancakes. I thought that was hilarious. So I told my girlfriend here, because I surprised her with McDonald's this morning before I went to work. And then I came back and we had no food. So I had to go run and make another McDonald's run right before I hopped on this live stream. And they used to be the best McDonald's ever. Like, I don't know what happened. Management must have changed. I don't know. They're getting the orders wrong. The other day, they didn't give me my hash brown that I ordered when I was going to, Raiders headquarters earlier in the year. It wasn't the other day. Earlier in the year. And yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. I have no idea. But getting back to Peter Skoronski, I talked about this. If you haven't checked out my Peter Skoronski take, just type in, or after this video concludes, you can type in Peter Skoronski, or I can do this. I can look it up for you right now. And that way you will know exactly what I have to say about Peter Skoronski. Anything you can find, and since you're new to subscribing to the channel, I challenge you and want you to play back all my videos, even dating back to 3 months ago, because everything is still in play. And the draft is just 6 days away. Everything is in play right now. Every single thing. But here, I'm going to put up this little thing for you so you guys actually know exactly what's going on when it comes to Peter Skoronski. Right? And again, I'll put this up on YouTube. I think this will be good if I put this up in YouTube for you. There is a link there for you. Please check that out. I hope that helps. I hope that helps. All right. So, yeah. A lot of cool things in here, man. A lot of cool things going on in here. You know, Head says positive vibes. Robert Penn says good things happen to good people. Well, I appreciate that, man. And again, there's 43 of you guys watching it. We've been on this live stream for 24 minutes and 48 seconds. Give this video a thumbs up. Let's push the algorithm up to as a recommended video to other like-minded nation like yourselves, so we grow here in the DOB. Obviously, Dave Ziegler likes what I have to bring to the table. Brandon Yergin likes what I have to bring to the table. Coach McDaniels, Coach Graham, all like what I have to bring to the table. I mean, everybody from top down likes what I have to bring to the table. But the problem is not everybody knows about me, right? Not everybody knows about Beast yet. Today was a big movement push by GM Dave Ziegler. Give me a shout out, and I appreciate that. So hopefully that will drive the needle a little bit. Robert Penn says, I'm writing everything down. Daniel Kim says, we talked about Chicago being a possible team that could draft Skoronski based on your analysis, and mentioning Paris Johnson with Skoronski in November. Has one really separated themselves from the other? That's a great question. I think Peter Skoronski ultimately is higher on the Philadelphia Eagles board. Let me write this down. Howie Roseman, Ryan Poole's board, Chicago Bears, as well as those two teams, as well as when you're talking the 9th and 10th pick, right? That's where they're slide to pick, 9th and 10th. When it comes to the Raiders on who they value higher on their board, it's interesting because DM Dave Ziegler wasn't going to give me anything when I asked him the Peter Skoronski question, but he knew it was coming, right? He knew that was my guy, and I was going to ask him about it, right? Because I know they're high on him. The question remains to be seen. This is where you have to, as a beast writer or a beat writer, that differentiates the beast from the beat, right? Because what he told me, he didn't tell me anything. So now I have to say, okay, well, I kind of knew that game plan going in to the presser, right? We talked about this on our Pick 6 at 6 segment. We talked about it on Tuesday. We talked about it again yesterday. So we know he's not going to give us anything. We told you it was a game of Texas Hold'em, right? He's not going to show his card, devaluing the pick, saying we're taking this player off the board, we're drafting this guy or not drafting this guy, right? You're devaluing the pick, game of Texas Hold'em. No question that now that we bring this up, when it comes to Peter Skoronski, GM Howie Roseman just went on record yesterday saying it's a game of Texas Hold'em, poker. And I retweeted that out, being like, damn, we talk about this about the DOB. Now, the Beast receipt, again, the value that we bring here is forward thinking. It's predicting the future. You can't buy that access because no one knows the future. Well, the Beast receipts check out more times than not. When it comes to Peter, what I say about the Chicago Bears, right? If you're new to follow me, I was the first to report, not the national media. It wasn't Ian Rapshi. It wasn't Adam Schefter. It was me in the DOB. What I say, I guarantee Ryan Poles of the Chicago Bears is going to trade from 1 and trade back. And then now the draft starts. Check the Twitter receipts. The Beast receipts on Twitter don't lie. And then I think it was 3 or 4 days later, it was reported by national media that they were thinking about trading. And then shortly thereafter, the trade was made. But I think Peter Skoronski is higher on the Raiders board, if I had to take a guess. Now watch me be wrong. But again, I don't know. I really don't know. GM Dave Ziegler is not going to be, hey, Beast, I like you. Let me show you our board. Let me show you what we're going to do. The fuck? That's what I say, man. All these people who who I don't care who your sources are. They're not going to give you the answers, right? Like that'd be stupid. Onto 640 says, Beast, who's your favorite player in the draft? Oh, that is a loaded question. I like Peter Skoronski. I mean, I really do love Peter Skoronski, but my favorite player in the draft has to be Will Anderson. Now, again, that's kind of one of those things where anybody who says that Jalen Carter is better than Will Anderson, unfollow them. It's not true. Will Anderson is definitely better than Jalen Carter. Now, watch me be wrong. I think that Will Anderson, covering him since his freshman year for Hot Mike, right? Alabama, right? You guys know, check the Beast Receipts on Twitter dating back to 2020. Malachi Moore. What I say at Pat Surtain, right? In real time, not in hindsight. Oh, yeah, Pat Surtain. Oh, yeah. No, what I say in real time. What I say when he was coming out. What I say that he was going to be better than Trayvon Diggs. What I say. Preach. Come on now. Now everyone's trying to say, oh, I knew Pat Surtain. No, you didn't. Stop playing with yourself. But no, Will Anderson to me is number one on my board, hands down. Sorry, Bryce Young. It's Will Anderson, man. Will Anderson. I do have Jalen Carter rated very, very highly, but I don't, again, if I was to pick between Jalen Carter or Will Anderson, and I'm building up a football team from the ground up, from the inside out, not the outside in, I am going Will Anderson every day. He reminds me a lot of Von Miller. He really does. He really, really does. But there's a lot of guys that are like, and I became friends with, right? We had him here on the DOB exclusive. There's 41 of you guys watching. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. It will push the algorithm to other like-minded nation like yourselves. We've been on for 30 minutes and 39 seconds. If you'd like to support, you guys can do that through a super chat or a super sticker. Thank you so much, Rafael Martinez. He says, looking forward to reading your book. Keep grinding. We appreciate your content. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Really, really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm going to be writing a book. Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to title it. It might be titled "Let Me Write This Down." Kind of like a subliminal message, but I think it's going to be called The Dark Side of BEASTwriter. I think Dark Side of BEASTwriter will definitely gain the interest of people because I am joining the dark side, right? Everyone saw the light side of BEASTwriter when I was covering the 49ers. Now, when I join the dark side, it's really going to put a dynamic on different cultures, right? Anytime you think about football culture or family culture, or whatever the dynamic is within the family organization, within that culture, there's different layers that can be had and talked about. And so, like, I think the cool thing about the San Francisco 49ers and the Las Vegas Raiders is it's very, very, very family oriented. And no matter what team you root for, you guys know that those two organizations are first-class franchises. You cannot say one without the other. Like the Raiders wouldn't be the Niners without the Niners having beef with the Raiders. And, not beef like beef, but I'm just saying like the rivalry, right? It's just a good rivalry. The Raiders, what was it? The 70s, right? 80s. And with John Madden there and, Coach Flores there. And by the way, Coach Flores' family follows me and they're big supporters here in the Dark Side of BEASTwriter. I don't know where I would be without them in my corner. They like my stuff. They like my X's and O's. They like my scouting reports and evaluations. Yeah, it's just in this book, it's going to have mention so many people. The cool thing about, I think, is being in a management perspective, like GM Jay Ziegler is, and me having a management background coming from San Diego State, is you really want to make others feel special for the hard work that they put in. You may be the face of the franchise, the face of the bottom line, but at the end of the day, it took an army to get to where you want to be, right? Like, for instance, I may be the face of the DOB, but without you guys here as my DOB family and DOB mob, I would even be on here. We would even have 42 people on the show. I'd probably be talking to myself right now, right? Or I probably wouldn't even be doing a live stream right now because I'd be like, man, it's not even worth it for me. It's not worth my time because time is money and I'm not making any money off of it, right? Not saying from the super chats. I'm just saying, like, in general, right? Like if you're not giving me a like, if I'm not seeing the engagement after I do, it's gonna be unmotivating me. If I do a live stream, I get 1 or 2 likes, like, or 0 likes. I'm like, dang man, I just spent 2 hours of my time and no one saw this video. No one took the time to watch the video. 2 hours. What is minimum wage? You know what I'm saying? Here in Nevada, right? Like, what is the minimum wage? It's just like, man, you got to think about that. So, like, for me, you guys got to understand the bigger we get, and how do you guys know that? You guys aren't going to be in the book, right? Like, I became friends with D Menace here on YouTube, became really good friends with DK here on YouTube. On YouTube, mind you, this is YouTube. Became good friends with What's Up G on YouTube. Like through YouTube, through this freaking platform, I became really good. I'm gonna have you guys in the book. If you guys want to be in the book, I have to ask for your permission. But yeah, I want you guys in. Absolutely, I want all you guys in the book. Look, I talked to Jeremy Willis in here. I talked to Raphael in here. I talked to KG in here. I mean, I know all you guys. Kevin Lurker's in here, right? Like Robert Pena's in here. Like we know who's in here and who supports the DOB. We already know, right? And this is the vibe I get. LQ19's in here, regular. Onto Six Soldiers in here, a regular. Edgar V's always in here, right? So like Tien's always in here. This is like the good vibes that we bring, right? And that's what I try to bring to the forefront is, look, no one is bigger than everyone says no one's bigger than the shield, right? Or the logo or whatever. Same thing applies. I really truly believe you guys are what make me who I am. And that's why I'm always going to give back. And that's never going to change. Even though I'm not even a 49ers beat writer anymore, I still give away my tickets to the Niner games. I still do run giveaways that I have that you otherwise can't find anywhere else because only beat writers got those gifts. I'm telling you, same thing applies with the Raider Nation. I'm letting you guys know, man, I'm going to give all this stuff back to you because to me, that's where I get the best value in doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys are allowing me to live out my passion. So the little I can give back, again, goes a long way. And it has gone a long way. And this is not my first rodeo. I've been covering the NFL since 2011. So as a beat writer reporter. So there you have it. You guys know I've been covering the draft since 1998, 2000, but mock draft since 2007. But no, thank you so much for the super chat and super sticker. Book coming up. It's going to be hot. And then when I do launch the book, we are also going to do a meet and greet with a red carpet, all of that. I did it when I was with the Niners. Of course, people follow me from my bodybuilding grind. So I do meet and greets all the time, usually throughout the summer, right? This is kind of like the downtime that I'd be doing those things. In fact, the last one that I had was back in July. So we'll be having those. And it's really cool to just get to know you guys on a personal level. And again, you guys get to know me, right? Like, I think that's really cool. I don't think anyone can buy that type of access to where you can kind of get that authentic engagement other than going to a game, which is also cool, by the way. I love doing that. But I just think doing it this way just adds another layer of opportunity for everyone to just have those good vibes only. Make sense? KG says, sad that we lost to the Oakland A's, but you guys get a new team to cover Vegas. Yeah, man, I hated that, man. I'll be honest. I'm really upset that the Oakland A's are leaving Oakland. Like, that doesn't register with me. Like, it does not register with me. Very, very sad that happened. I remember going to, and here's the funny thing about this, right? There's people that need to stay in their own lane. They're like, oh, you're a fan, like today, right? I'm not going to call anyone out, but they're like, oh, yeah, you say you're a Warriors fan, but then you also are a San Diego State fan in Alabama. I'm like, man, bro, like, what is it to you? Stay in your lane, bro. Second of all, why do I have to explain my life story to you? It's not like I'm a fair weather fan. I can go back and talk football if you watch the live streams, which you probably did because you're picking back on my analysis. But hey, here we go. I'm joking a little bit, but look, if you're going to call me out on stuff, then let's talk. We did it yesterday, right? We talked about the Warriors. Oh, but how am I a Warriors fan? I don't know. Let's talk basketball. Let's talk about the early 90s. Let's talk about Latrell Sprewell when he played at downtown San Jose, right? With Tim Hardaway, We can talk about Bimbo Coles, number 12. We can talk about Tyrone Bogues, right? Muggsy Bogues. We can talk about who else did they have back in the Larry Hughes. We can talk about, we can go back Clifford Rozier, Chris Mullen, Ronnie Cycli, number 4, right? You guys remember Ronnie Cycli, Chris Webber, right? Come on, let's talk. Let's talk. But I can't be a Warrior fan. Why? We can name drop people today: Draymond Green, Steph Curry, Jordan Poole. Cool story. Trust me, I know my basketball, and if I'm a fan, I'm a fan. Don't try to challenge me, Sam. What you need to do is stay in your lane. That's what you need. You just need to stay in your lane. Daniel Kim says, great question. Says, my follow-up question would be, what type of skills would the top linebackers bring to the Raiders between Simpson, Campbell, and Sanders? Oh, that's a great question. I like Sanders' speed. I think Jack Campbell is also good, but I don't think he's quick enough in terms of being an underneath defender. I say that with a grain of salt because how many off-ball linebackers are really good underneath defenders? Simpson, I still have to run more film on Simpson, but I like Sanders of the three. I like, and well, I can take that back. Jack Campbell's a beast too. I don't know. I like Drew Sanders more. Maybe because he played for the Alabama Roll Tide Roll. I don't know. Kevin Lurkers, I'm coming correct. Salute to the DOB. All right. Got a lot of people in here. There's 36 of you guys watching it. If you guys like what I have to offer, please give this video a thumbs up. It will push the algorithm to other like-minded YouTube like yourselves. And then also, I looked at my analytics last night. Again, I ain't go to, you can tell. Look how tired I look. All right. I only got 2.5 hours of sleep. And I'm trying to gather my thoughts here. I'm running on fumes still, but what was I saying? I'm running on fumes. I'm tired. Gosh, I totally lost my train of thought. Anyways, give this video a thumbs up. Oh, I was running the analytics last night, and please turn on the bell notifications. Only 14% of you guys. It dropped a little bit because we got new subscribers. It was at 14.5 around there. Dropped back down to 14. So again, I know you guys are already subscribed to the channel, but if you're watching from a tablet, whatever mobile device you're on, tablet, iPhone, Android, laptop, MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, Dell computer, whatever the case it is, do yourselves a solid and turn on the bell notifications because you're already subscribed to the channel. So you're not going to want to miss a beat from a guy on the beat, right? I post a lot of videos. And in fact, I'm no longer posting these videos on Facebook anymore. I just don't have the time to do it. And I don't want to take the time to do it. I'm not going to push stuff to people anymore. That was year one. Year one, I was pushing it to people. But I found out that the admins of those Facebook groups and pages were shadow banning me. They weren't posting my content, even though it was exclusive content. So like, for me, it was like this. And I had a conversation with Daniel Kim about this. And it's not just on Twitter. It's on Instagram. It's on a lot of different platforms that, no one wants to mess with the beast or collab with the beast because I'm a beast. It's like, for them, it's like indirect competition because then it takes away their shine as a moderator, as a content creator, as whatever the case may be. So I'm like, okay, that's cool, right? Not really. I mean, I guess you don't like the iron sharpens iron mentality and building up and bring out your A game, right? Which is cool. I mean, I get it. But people are going to follow who they choose to follow. But I just don't have the bandwidth anymore as we continue to grow here in the DOB to keep posting on these respective Facebook groups and pages that I'm on, because odds are what they're doing now is the admins are not posting the videos. They're posting other stuff that people steal from me, or what they're doing is they'll post the videos, but it's like 3 weeks later. So I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm not going to waste my time trying to push valued content as a beat writer for the nation on Facebook, on these Facebook groups or pages, which is really a knock on them as admins because they're just hurting themselves because it's stuff that you can't find anywhere else. And I'm not going to waste my time doing that anymore. So if you guys want to follow me, I am on Facebook at Dark Side of BEASTwriter, DOB, Dark Side of BEASTwriter. Have a private Facebook group and a public Facebook page. I'll be posting it up on there. But other than that, to be honest with you, I'll probably be pushing it just on YouTube. Like, honestly, I'm not even reposting stuff on Twitter anymore. I'm not even posting stuff. I'll post it on Instagram here and there, but I'm just sticking straight YouTube. Like, you're going to want to follow me on YouTube. And I understand not everyone's on YouTube. And, I guess I'm just not your flavor, but I was looking at the demographics, right? The analytics, 25, the ages of 25 and 55 is our sweet spot. And the majority of people are male. In fact, I think it's like 93% male. Now, the funny thing about this is every time I take pictures with my shirt off or post selfies or do workout videos, now the females jump in. That went up to 43%. So maybe I should do a mix and match. I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's like, man, again, if I'm not your flavor, if you don't like bodybuilding and you don't like people showing off their progress pics because that's what they get paid to do and make money, and I don't know what to tell you. I'm just not your flavor. But yeah. But I'm freaking tired, man. Like, I'm not joking. Like, this is not, you can't make this up. I came home. Luckily, the Raiders gave me good snacks. Like, they took care of me. Like I'm telling you, man, they always take care of Beast with the snacks, and all of us beat writers, man. Anybody who complains about the snacks, man, sorry. They don't have to do anything. They really came through in the clutch, man. I was like eating some donuts. I was eating those jalapeno Cheetos. I love those jalapeno Cheetos, man. They had 2 bags of those. I was on it. D Menace, thank you so much for the super chat. The shout out from Dave Z was an amazing moment. Gotta run. Have a great show. Everyone like and subscribe to Beast. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. Means a lot. Means a lot. Oh man. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, G Money, for the super chat. He says, yo, Beast, what do you think of CJ Stroud falling reports? Also, can I get more thoughts from Ziegler's presser and get some sleep, man? It's important. Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you so much, G Money. You've been sending me some super chats over the last few live streams, man, and I appreciate it, man. Really, really means a lot. And yes, I will answer the questions the best you have. The first part of your question is, what do I think of CJ Stroud falling? I did do an Aloha kickoff video, and I do these Aloha kickoff videos Monday through Friday every time we're at Raiders headquarters on a day-to-day basis. So again, we're not there every single day yet, because obviously the offseason program has just begun. So once phase 2, phase 3 start kicking in, I'll be there more regular. And again, I can just walk there. But I will be shooting these Aloha kickoff videos. And I did one earlier today, right? Because we had access there today. Obviously, that's where I work. That's my 9 to 5. But you'll see me post these Aloha kickoff videos, and the topic was CJ Stroud. And it was brought up to my attention by a few people in the nation. They wanted my thoughts about that he scored 18%. Talked about it with GM Ziegler today, and he says that he saw that, but he doesn't really go off that. Now, I'm not so sure if he does or doesn't, right? Like, he's not going to give you and show you his hand, be like, oh yeah, we go off that. Then it's like, okay, well, if they go off that, that's a poor score. If you're a teacher thinking of it logically and a student gets an 18% on the test, you failed the test, right? Like, so he was like, oh yeah, but yeah, we use different tests and cognitive tests, and wasn't going to give you anything that we predicted here in the DOB, right? Talked about it on Tuesday in the Pick 6 segment, and also talked about it yesterday. So he wasn't going to give you anything. So I was like, man, okay, cool. My thoughts on it is it's a problem. Because if you don't get it, and I talked about it in the Aloha kickoff video, because if you don't get it from the shoulders up, you're not going to be here. You're not going to make your way to Raider Way. Sorry. If you don't have a high football IQ, you're not going to make your way here. So I'll leave it at that. I don't think he's going to be a Raider. Now watch him be a Raider. I just don't see it. I think if there's one quarterback that they want to target, it's going to be Bryce Young. Ultimately, I'm told that he's going to the Carolina Panthers at 1. And I talked about that from the very beginning. I even talked about that back in October, that he would be the number 1 overall pick when it's all said and done. Back in November, I mean, the Beast receipts check out, man. Like, we talk about this. But then more thoughts on Ziegler's presser. All right, so that's one thought, that he's not going to give you anything. And the CJ Stroud thing kind of went the other direction. Another thing I want to bring up to your attention is the fact that, he talks about the Raider way. Anytime you try to describe a player and he talks about the word evaluation, let me write this down. We talk about it here in the DOB since day one, like this time last year, right? What's my evaluation versus evaluation? Something I learned a very, very long time ago. And when you talk about valuation versus evaluation of a player, it all depends on where you value that player based on the non-premium or premium position, number 1. Number 2, the factors of what you look for in that player. Number 3, the scheme fit. And number 4, the football character and how that plays a role in building up your football team for the foreseeable future on that rookie deal. You see where I'm going with this? So there's different layers here, right? So when you say, are you going to go BPA, best player available, right? And people laugh saying, oh, that's a myth. Literally, one beat writer said that was a myth. And I was like, man, it's a bad take. It is. There is such a thing as go ask Ozzie Newsome. Do you think BPA is a myth? Go ask all the good GMs. Bill Polian. Do you think BPA is a myth? John Lynch. Do you think BPA is a myth? Omar Khan. Do you think BPA is a myth? Chris Ballard. Do you think BPA is a myth? Dave Ziegler. Do you think BPA is a myth? But again, you only have 24 hours in a day to follow whoever you want to follow. But I ain't gonna do no window shopping for you. Again, it's my job to push out the content, and if people want to associate with me with that content, cool story. If they don't, they're lost, because they'll just be wasting their time. And keep score. Here we are on April 21st. Keep score of what people are saying in real time and in hindsight. Keep score of what I'm saying in real time and hindsight. The Beast receipts check out more. That's what I'm saying. I'm not afraid to put it online. I have 12 years body of work to go off of. I'm 12 years ahead of the game. If I get one wrong, so what? The Niner fans know about this. It's more likely I get it right than I get it wrong. They're more surprised, and that's when the trolls come out of the closet when I do get it wrong. Go, oh, you got it wrong. One out of how many? 98 this year? Okay, so I'm still like, what? 96%? 98%? But yeah, you guys got to be careful, man. Chris Bull says, it sounds like if the Raiders stay at 7, it might come down to Devin Witherspoon and Peter Skoronski if drafted by the Raiders. Skoronski probably profiles as a guard. Thoughts on taking guard at 7? I talked about this earlier, Chris, and this is the first time you engaged with me on this platform. Thank you so much, and mahalo for tuning in. Look, the analytics tell us something when you draft a guard inside the top 10. And again, we talk about the player evaluation versus evaluation of the player, right? It's hard to say, should you draft a guard inside the top 10 because it's a non-premium position. The flip side of that is I talk to a lot of GMs around the league, former and current, and are very well respected, right? They help me, let's put it this way, they helped me formulate my analysis when I run grades, when I developed my grading system. They didn't tell me they told me what to look for, but they didn't develop the algorithm for it. That was me. But they taught me for little things to look for, right? On the different layers of watching a single play. When I talk to these different executives, GMs, scouts, whatever the case may be, even former players, right? Andre Carter was one of them, right? And then different eras in different parts of the game, because the game has evolved since then. So when Andre Carter played, it's a lot different than today. But down in the trenches, pretty much the same. Anyways, you really have to peel back layers of the onion to really get to the core on why. What's the rhyme behind the reasoning as to why? Like, why, when people say, oh, they shouldn't draft a guard inside the top 10, why? What's the why behind why you say that, right? Oh, because it's a non-premium position. Same thing with Bijan Robinson. In my estimation, he's definitely a top 10 back or a top 10 player on my draft board right now. I'm not going to tell you what number it is because someone's going to piggyback on it. But I'm saying he's in my top 10, no question. He's probably in a lot of people's top 10s, or he should be. And why no one's talking about it, again, you choose to follow who you want to follow. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at it like this. Like, if Bijan Robinson, in your mind, and I talked about this yesterday, could be the offensive rookie of the year, doesn't matter where you draft him. What does Bill Wall say? I don't care where you draft the player. If you have a strong enough conviction of the player that he's going to be really, really good, you draft the player. The flip side of that is someone's going to come in and pound the table and, hey, look, but it's a running back. We can find these guys in the later rounds. But then how many times will someone else come back and challenge that and debate and have a healthy discussion and say, well, that may be true, but how many Bijan Robinsons are there? How many Josh Jacobs are there on a football team? There's only one Josh Jacobs. There's only one first-team All-Pro. His name is Josh Jacobs. So first-team All-Pros don't grow on trees. So it's not as simple as a one-on-one. It's not a one-off, right? It's not a one-to-one comparison. And you can duplicate multiple to replace that one player, but ultimately it will never replicate that one player. Does that make sense? So again, when you talk about the offensive guard position, right? And again, I ran the numbers on this on offensive guards. Only 8 offensive guards have been drafted inside the top. And I talked about it with my friend Case Kiefer today, who sits right next to me, is another fellow beat writer. Go follow my boy Case. He is going to be on also. Don't miss a beat on Thursday, not next Thursday because that's a draft. We're going to be covering it, so we'll be at Raiders headquarters. But the week after that, Case said he's going to hop on the show and he'll be on the Don't Miss the Beat segment, which is funny that you mentioned this, right? Because he asked me, he's like, well, what do you think about Peter Skoronski, being kicked inside the guard? I said, I see a Pro Bowl guard. I see a serviceable swing tackle, but I see a Pro Bowl left guard, right? That's what I see. That's what I see. And so he asked me, it's like, would you take what's the analytics on that? Like how many, because he's like, you're really good at draft, that you're good with draft stuff, you're good with your scouting, you're good with the grading. So he told us, he's like, hey, like, what's your take on it? Like, what does the analytics tell you? I said, okay, well, since 1990, all right, since 1990, only 8 offensive guards have been drafted inside the top 10. Let me write this down. I talked about this months ago when I brought up Peter on January 11th and January 19th. That's when I actually brought this up for the very first time. So again, that's why I say I challenge you guys to go back to stuff that I said back in January 11th. How do I remember? Because I do this every single day. Go check out my live streams and what I had to say in real time, because everything's fluid now, right? Things are going to change. It may not be Peter Skoronski tomorrow, even though I say Peter Skoronski today. Everything's even fluid, right? It's evenly fluid here in the DOB, right? It's not moving. The needle's not moving much, right? It's not going with a bunch of clickbait crap and then sprinkling some BS in between, trying to pass off information as if you know what you're talking about when you really don't, because you don't watch the film. But there's only been 8 offensive guards drafted inside the top 10 since 1990. The first one was Lincoln Kennedy. Ironically, right? Coincidentally, the Las Vegas Raider or Oakland Raider, he was a converted left tackle with the Atlanta Falcons. They kicked him inside the guard, drafted number 9 overall. They also had Chris Naoli, right? Back in 1997, just 4 years later, Chris Naoli was drafted by the New Orleans Saints at number 10. All right. And then you take into San Diego State. Oh, you're a fan of San Diego State? Yeah, I went there, dude. Calm down. Kyle Turley, but how do I know this? Please spare me. 1998, Kyle Turley drafted number 7 overall. He is a converted to right tackle and then also converted to left tackle, but he was brought in as an offensive guard, right? You look at guys like Leonard Davis. Remember Leonard Davis, who was drafted number 2 by the Arizona Cardinals, right? And here's a guy that was also drafted back in 2001. In 2013, there was 2 guys drafted inside the top 10. That was Roll Tide Roll, Chance Warmack to the Tennessee Titans. And again, ironically and coincidentally, the Jonathan Cooper, number 7, out of North Carolina, drafted by the Arizona Cardinals. And then in 2015, Brandon Scherf drafted number 5 overall. And it was a split decision on coming out of Iowa if he was an offensive tackle or offensive guard. So that's a split decision. In 2018, that was Quentin Nelson, drafted number 6 overall. So there you have it by the Indianapolis Colts. So do I see, you see what I'm saying? Like, you would never know this unless you actually ran the analytics on this. That's what I'm saying. Like, people think they like, anyways, I would draft Peter Skoronski even at 7. Even at 7, I would draft Peter Skoronski, because if I knew I was getting a Pro Bowl guard, what you can do is you can keep Peter Skoronski on the left side, because remind you, he played blindside left tackle for 3 years as a 3-year starter in the Big Ten. 3-year starter in the Big Ten at Northwestern. His team sucks. But at the end of the day, in 2020, during COVID year, who opted out? Rashawn Slater. Who had to step in? Peter Skoronski. What did he play? Blindside left tackle. You kick him in, the muscle memory is left with no returns, so you're not have diminishing returns on his gains because you keep him on the left side. And now you kick him inside to his natural position of left guard because he has shorter arms. You say, oh, well, you can't be a dog in a short arm, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool story, whatever. Keep him at left guard. You get a Pro Bowl guard there. Dylan Parham is already playing left guard. Move him over to the right side. Now you have 2 serviceable guards for the foreseeable future, definitely in the long term. You have Dylan Parham at right guard. You have Peter Skoronski on the left side. You have Andre James in the middle, anchored by Jermaine Uluminor and Colton Miller behind Jimmy Garoppolo and potentially Josh Jacobs. Doesn't that look a whole lot better than having Colton Miller, Dylan Parham, Andre James, Alex Bars, Jermaine Uluminor? That side scares me. That side scares me. Boogie says you got to keep posting on Twitter and you can gain a lot more subs from TikTok. I got to get on TikTok. Everyone's on TikTok. I am on TikTok at BEASTwriter, believe it or not. Maybe I'll do that. Edgar V says, will you consider Hooker at pick number 7 to reach? Yes, absolutely. I am not taking Hooker at number 7. I am not. In fact, we onto Six Soldier said, you also said the Raiders may move back in the first for Hooker. The next day, everyone's saying the same thing. Crazy. Let me write this down. Isn't that crazy? We talked about this here in the DOB. And I said, people just like to piggyback my analysis. They just love to do it. There's 37 of you guys watching it. I'm sure 10 of you guys are not even watching for the good vibes only. You're watching to steal my analysis. Anyways, there's 37 of you guys watching it right now. Give this video a thumbs up if you like what I have to say. And it will push the algorithm to other like-minded Raider Nation like yourselves as we push the silver and black content here on YouTube. Let me write this down. Also, if you'd like to donate, you guys can do that through a super chat and super sticker. We've been on for 59 minutes and 21 seconds. So if you guys want to support me here on this live stream, you guys can please go ahead and do so. I just want to give a shout out to the people who already did. Thank you, On to Six Soldier. Really, really appreciate it. He slapped in that super chat at 9:44 and it's already 10:40. So he was the first one to do it before he even started. The Nation Nightmare, thank you so much for the super sticker. I really appreciate it, man. You've been in here since day one, as in a new subscriber, but since been on throughout. So I appreciate that, man. I see you. Rafael Martinez, thank you so much. He says, looking forward to reading your book. Keep grinding. We appreciate your content. And again, a little goes a long way. And we're leaving no stone unturned. Thank you so much. D Menace. He says, the shout out from Dave Z was an amazing moment. Gotta run. Have a great show. Everyone like and subscribe to Beast. And definitely do this, right? So everyone's on YouTube here. You see the comments. You see the little YouTube logo. So what I challenge everyone to do is, look, you guys can share my content. That's just as good as well. So you don't have to donate as much as just sharing, and that's free. All I'm asking is eyes. Once they see eyes on our channel here in the DOB, they will be hooked. I guarantee it. We see the movement. I looked at the analytics. I've been told. What we need to do is we need to push it and get eyes, because no one's going to want to help collab with the Beast because I am a beast. I just put it out there. So how we're going to do it, I'm asking the DOB mob to have my back. What you do is you share this on your community page on YouTube. How do you do that? Well, you'll see an arrow icon. You click on that and it'll pop up and it'll say create post. And then you just plug in this live stream or whatever video, plug your favorite video and be like, hey, check out BEASTwriter, blah, blah, blah. Check out this video. He's a beat writer for the team. That's credible, number one, because so that'll be the attention grabber. He's a beat writer. There's only a handful of us. Literally, you can count us on like one hand, if not two, and that's it. And so that'll gain credibility. And then they'll see my exclusive videos and be like, oh, I may have seen that before. Who else posted that same video? Oh, wait, he's not. Let me write this down. Anyways, do that. You can create the post by that arrow button, and then you guys will be helping me out a lot. And I get notified every time you guys do that. So I know, and that helps with the giveaways because I keep track of who does that. That's a huge, huge algorithm for the giveaway, along with the super chat, super stickers, likes, comments, all that in between. So again, thank you so much. G Money says, yo, Beast, what do you think of CJ Stroud following reports? Thank you so much, G Money. You've been in here a lot too. Thank you so much. And I know you're new too, but thank you. Appreciate it. And welcome. Ryan Ringo says, salute, Beast. Barely tuning in, brother, at work. What did I miss, my guy? Anything major? Not anything major. Not anything major. Thank you so on to Six Soldier for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. Means a lot. We got on to Six Soldier again. He says, how many players have first round grades for you? And out of those, how many have Pro Bowl grades? What is a vertical and horizontal draft board? That is a great question. All right. So if you guys looked at my John Lynch pre-draft presser back in 2018, go check the Beast receipts on that. I asked John Lynch this question. I was going to ask GM Dave Ziegler this question, but I kind of teetered back and forth on it. And while John Lynch gave me the answer, and he was very honest about it, and I was told. I didn't think GM Dave Ziegler was going to give me the answer. So I wasn't going to ask a question I knew he wasn't going to give me the answer to, because if he knew that was in writing now, because everyone reported it, that BEASTwriter asked the question, how many Pro Bowl grades do you have on this draft class? And he says, well, I have 16 first round grades, but maybe 7 Pro Bowlers in this draft class. Then if you don't get one of those 7 players, I'm going to keep the receipts and go back and tailor back. And I have a grading system of who my Pro Bowlers are. And I'm like, oh, he reached for need, diminishing the value pick when he said he was going to go BPA. So he didn't want to go that route, right? And I think that's very smart. So you always guys take when you go in again, when you ask a question, please go in with a game plan. Please go in with a game plan. Don't sleep like I do, right? Go in with a game plan, formulate your questions that you're going to ask. So that way no one's missing a beat and we get good valued questions in return and good answers in return. But if you go in and ask somebody a question that we already know the answer to, it's pointless. That's just a waste of, he's probably liking, oh, that's a softball question. I knew it. Yes, man. All right. And we talk about the horizontal and vertical board. I put this up on the shorts here on YouTube. And again, if you caught my short videos, you see him going like this and like this. So basically, what he was talking about is when you trade up and down, you have a horizontal board and you have a vertical board. There's 2 separate boards. Every draft war room is developed differently. All right. They all have the little wrinkles in between there, just like the valuation chart. But all things created equal. Basically, you have a vertical board, and this is how I do it. And this is how I was taught to do it. All right, by some of the best who have been in the game or in the Hall of Fame. You have your vertical board. It basically breaks down regardless of position, non-premium position, premium position, doesn't matter. You have a vertical board, and that's your best players regardless of position, regardless of need. Your horizontal board is based on positional needs across the board, kind of like tier ranking, as I like to call it in fantasy football, right? When you draft in fantasy football, you have tiers, right? Tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Same thing applies on the horizontal board. The difference between the vertical board and the horizontal board is when the two mix and match together to create a perfect storm, which would be creating a perfect storm in a perfect world, is like, let's say if Jalen Carter didn't have any off-field problems and he dropped to the Raiders at 7, you would take him. All right. That would create a perfect storm. It's kind of like connecting the dots between need and obviously value. And so that's what you talk about, the vertical versus the horizontal. So when you talk about trading up or maneuvering down and everything in between, you got to look at what's the ROI, what's the return on your investment of making such a power play move to trade up from 7 to 3. If that's going to happen, it's not going to happen. I never reported it. It's not going to happen. Now watch it happen. But hypothetically, let's say it happens because people are talking about like it's going to happen. Again, I'm tired. I hate talking about stuff that's a non-issue. Just like the household names that we talk about. Oh, we should go get Buda Baker. Oh, we need to go after Patrick Queen. Oh, go run the grades, dude. He doesn't even fit the system, bro. Like, what are we doing? Stop. I'm telling you, I don't waste your time. I value my time just as much as I value yours. I can't even talk. So what you choose to do with those 24 hours is who you want to follow. But I'm not going to waste my time talking about players. Look, if I'm not bringing up these players, it's a non-issue. The Beast Receipts check out. I'm telling you, that's why I'm saying go check the Beast Receipts. Keep track of what people say. They're wasting your time putting these thoughts in your head, thinking things are going to happen, and they never come to fruition. Think about that for a second. How many hours have you watched some of these content influencers, reporters, whatever the case may be? I don't care who it is, and they wasted so much of your time with stuff that never happened. That time is money. You could be spending that time watching your favorite show on Netflix. You can be wasting that time spending time with your kids. You can be using that time to do other things than listening to clickbait information all the time on household names or like, oh, they're going to move up to number 3. Oh, we got to talk about it now. Man. Brandon Speaker says, what will Eagles do in your opinion? I think they're going to draft Peter Skoronski if he falls or Jalen Carter. I'm hearing that Jalen Carter is falling. All right. A strong source has told me this, that Jalen Carter is falling and he will be available at number 7. Now watch me. All things created equal. If a team trades up for Jalen Carter, obviously, how am I going to predict that? Right? Like, I don't know who's going to come up, who's going to climb up the board and draft Jalen Carter at number 7 if the Raiders opt to, trade out of that spot. But at number 7, if the Seahawks pass on him at 5, he's going to be there at 7. All right. Let me write that. I talked about this 3 weeks ago. And I'm pretty sure people are going to look at this, pass it off as their own, and formulate their mock drafts because I'm sure they've been doing this since 1998 like me and have an analysis and opinion on it. But I think Peter Skoronski, Jalen Carter, that's who I have right now. Omar Juarez says, Beast, what's good? Hear you on the O-line pick at 7, but with all the glaring needs on defense, I do not see it happening. Something tells me Priscilla is good with his group of guys he had already. Yeah, I mean, that could definitely be true. But are you sold on Jermaine Illuminor and which I hope Jermaine Illuminor becomes a pro ball player. You know, I have high hopes, and I'm not going to doubt the guy, right? But are you sold on it, right? I mean, in the AFC West, I know they're looking at offensive tackles. I'll tell you that much. And that's a fact. So there's a reason. The reason why I'm saying Peter Skoronski, Paris Johnson, Darnell Wright. There's a reason why, right? There's a reason why. And this is why you follow me, right? I don't go toward the masses of, oh, they're going to go defense. They're going to go defense. They're going to go defense. Everyone's saying they're going to go defense. 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 They're going to defense. They're going to Devin Witherspoon. Devin Witherspoon. Devin Witherspoon. Devin Witherspoon. Christian Gonzalez. Christian Gonzalez. Christian Gonzalez. Christian Gonzalez. If I was to go defense, people are laughing about this. There's 35 of you guys watching this. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you like my Christian Gonzalez, Devin Witherspoon, 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 Joey Porter, Joey Porter, Joey Porter, Joey Porter. Mika Raider Nation Germany says, "Thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it." Oh my gosh, I'm just. I think I'm just tired and I'm just like fed up with the BS like clickbait that's out there, and I just laugh. Like someone posted on, I'm not going to call anyone out, but post on social media. I'm not going to tell you the platform. Said Christian Gonzalez is not a press corner, and I look at that. I'm like, what grades are you watching, bro? Like he is a press corner. Like trust me, Christian Gonzalez is a press corner. Like what film are you watching? If you watch film, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that, but thank you so much. Mega Raider Nation Germany. I haven't seen you in a while, my guy. I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, Omar Juarez is laughing. Yeah, man. It's just hilarious. There's hilarious stuff going on, man. Like, bro. LQ19 says, talk Witherspoon into existence. Oh. Big 10 cornerback, Illinois. Fast, strong, tough, physical, high football IQ. Can play press, off zone, man zone. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I like Devin Witherspoon. I like all kidding aside, I like these cornerbacks. I'm not as high on Joey Porter. If they draft Joey Porter, I'm gonna be like, man, you guys reach for need, bro. Like, I have to criticize that pick, right? In real time. And then people are gonna come out and say, why did you criticize that pick? Like, why would you criticize that pick? You don't know, give the guy a shot. It's like, no, man, like my job is to project and predict, right? That's my job. If I say the guy's gonna do bad and he does well, I can put my beast receipt on the line. And then people can be like, oh man, put respect on the name. Sure. I'll put respect on the name when you show it on the field. But if whether drafting at 7 and they go after Joey Porter, or they trade back into that cluster and still go after Joey Porter, which is going to be a third boundary cornerback off the board, in my opinion, based on what I'm hearing, I don't think that's a good look. I don't think you go after a tier 3 cornerback. Again, we talk about horizontal versus vertical. Go after a tier 3 cornerback in this draft class when you otherwise could have like a tier 2 offensive tackle or a tier 1 running back. I mean, no one's talking about Bijan Robinson, but depending on how far they move back in the talks with who, Josh Jacobs, if that goes sour and they're looking at this going into the draft, and let's say, how come no one's bringing up Bijan Robinson? If they trade back and now watch people talk about Bijan Robinson, but you heard it here first in the DOB. Call them out when they say it. Check. Let me write this down. No one's talking about Bijan Robinson. If the Niners, if the Raiders trade back from 7 into that cluster right before the Detroit Lions are on the clock, you can get a Bijan Robinson. And if that's the route you want to go in, because you have Zeus White there, you still have Amir Abdullah as your third down back. Who's to say that they won't go offense? Everyone's saying Devin Witherspoon, Christian Gonzalez, Nolan Smith. It could be Nolan Smith. I like Nolan Smith. Brian Keck says, didn't Ziegler says he likes to build inside then out? Absolutely. Absolutely. Brendan Finger says, you should do that at work tomorrow. People will get a laugh. I know. I think it would be hilarious if I just go and say that. Tyree Wilson, Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, Christian Gonzalez, Joey Porter, Drew Sanders, Will McDonald, Miles Murphy, Kalijah Cansey. Which, by the way, I don't know why anyone would say Kalijah Cansey at 7. I am sorry. Dude, unfollow that person. Unfollow him. Anyone who says Kalijah Cansey at 7, unfollow them. Saying they're going to be the next Aaron, unfollow them. He's not the next 80. Unfollow. Waste your time, bro. Daniel Ken says, Sanders, Skoronski, Forbes, Torrance, Hooked would be my draft wants. Thoughts? I like Hooker. I think that's good. I think if you get Peter Skoronski, Drew Sanders, Emmanuel Forbes, Osiris Torrance, and freaking Hendon. Oh my goodness. That's an A draft class by the Beast. That'll be stamped with the Beast approved. But let me go defense. Let me go Christian Gonzalez. Let me go Devin Witherspoon. Kevin Lurker says, I like Nolan Smith. I'm having so much fun. You guys are getting to know me. Look, this is like what happens when people are like on zero sleep. I remember when I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. In my fraternity at Phi Kappa Psi at San Diego State, I know it was hard to sleep. Okay, I'm just going to let you know. It's hard to sleep for a week. All right. And this is, trust me, all my Phi Psis out there, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm not going to delve too much into details, but let's just say I was kind of like losing my mind. I think that's what's kind of happening right now. I'm just like tired of like people saying they're going to go defense. Christian Gonzalez, Devin Witherspoon, Christian Gonzalez, Gonzo, Devin Witherspoon, Illinois product, Colorado transfer, scheme fit, Patrick Graham. Oh my gosh. Brian Case, if Carter's on the board, you think that they will draft him or pass? I think though, I know I was talking to my boy Case about this. I think they're gonna pass on them. Now it could be smoke, right? You see how GM Dave Ziegler likes to throw those little yeah buts, right? There's always a yeah, but a but behind the yeah. Like, yeah, we like Jalen Carter, but football character does play a role. And if we're going BPA, best player available, that plays a role into the BPA, football character and off-field character. But what if when someone asked him about Jalen Carter when he came in for a pre-draft visit, if it was complicated, I put it up on my shorts here on YouTube. Somebody already stole the video. It's already been claimed. Sorry, your channel's going to get taken down. You're going to have a copyright strike. But people are on the lookout. The DLB family, by the way, is on the lookout for me. Trust me. So I now I see, you guys see what I'm talking about. People stealing my stuff, acting like they're there. It's my video. It's like, yo, you were not even there, bro. Like, I can tell you who was there. I'm going to tell you who was there before I even answer this question. But no, to answer your question, no, they're going to pass. Now watch them draft Jalen Carter. I would love Jalen Carter. Don't get me wrong. I would love Jalen. I like Jalen Carter at 7. I do. He's the best player available. You take Jalen Carter, all things aside. But I just don't think living here in Sin City with the temptation, with all the drama that can, with the Henry Ruggs, I just don't see it. It's not worth the headache. It's not worth the risk versus the reward, in my opinion. All right. Now let's just talk about this. What were we talking about? Jalen Carter. We were talking about something. Oh, who's there? All right. Row 1. All right. I posted this yesterday. If you look in the description box of yesterday's live stream, I posted all the people who were in line and who were there as beat writers, reporters, right? So in row 1, you have Vinny Bonsignori, beat writer, Hondo Carpenter, beat writer, right? And then Levi Edwards, who's the Raiders reporter, right? So he's in that in that realm. So that's 3 people in row 1. Okay. Row 2, me, I sit right behind Vinny B, Case Kiefer, my guy, Ed Graney, and then who's also my guy. And then you have, I'm trying to think here, Tashawn and Keel. So that's like what, 5 people? Did I do the math right? Me, Case Kiefer, Ed Graney, Tashawn, and Q. Yeah, 5. So 5 in row 2. Row 3, Adam Hill sits right behind me. So it goes Vinny, me, Adam Hill. And then row 3 goes Adam Hill, Cassie Soto, Heidi Fang, and Vic Tafer. So that's 4. Row 3 has 4. Row 5, Paul Gutierrez, and of course, you have Kevin Bollinger for Fox 5, and then also Mark Anderson and Willie G. So there you have it. That's it. That's all that's there as a beat writer. That's it. Right? And then, so anybody else who pretends they're there, that's a copyright strike for them. Don't be stealing videos, man. It's not a good look. TNS is a great question. With the player got suspended today, oh my gosh, you guys hear about the gambling issue? Man, that I feel so bad. But you can't gamble. With the players got suspended today from Detroit Lions, will that change their draft? I don't think so. I don't think it changes their draft plans because look, at Jamison Williams gets suspended, right? I'm a huge Roll Tide Roll fan. You guys know how I feel about Jamison Williams, but you guys followed me from day one. At the end of the day, it doesn't change their draft plans because you're not going to draft a wide receiver at number 6 anyways because it's a weak wide receiver draft class. I'm not going to go after a guy like Zay Flowers. I'm not going to go after a guy like Jordan Addison. Like, they're just not going to do that. Now watch them do that. Beast, you said. All right, there's 35 of you guys watching this live stream on this 4th and goal segment. We've been on for an hour and 20 minutes and 24 seconds. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. It will push the algorithm to other like-minded nation like yourselves and push the algorithm to other people who may like the channel. So please give me a like. It will help me out a lot. And again, a like is worth 1,000 hugs. So please do so. I'm going to look at the analytics while you guys give it a thumbs up and we keep things on track here in the DOB. Yeah, so we have 50 likes right now and there's 36 of us watching. I'm just scrolling through the other social media platforms that I'm on. And yeah, people are saying, oh man, I was wondering what happened to your, because I'm not posting the live streams I'm posting to are on my Facebook pages and my private Facebook group. I'm not posting to the other ones anymore. And so just kind of reading here. So it's funny. So people are actually caught on to this on Facebook. They're like saying like, oh man, I've been wondering what happened to you and noticing why you're posting stuff late. And then I look on the timestamp of when you posted it because you always put the date up. I'm telling you, man, people don't want to mess with the beast because I'm a beast. And I say mess with the beast, not like they're messing with me. They don't want to collab with me in a good way. I guess for whatever reason. Maybe it's taking away their shine, whatever. But it's like, it's not even direct competition. It's like, whatever. Omar Ruiz says, thank you, Beast. People hyping up a 3rd round defensive tackle as the next great. Yeah, Kalijah Canty going to be like, bro. I had a conversation with some guy and he's like, oh man, like I've been watching game film and blah, blah. I watched like 4 games of Kalijah Canty and he can play in a 1 gap or a 2 gap. I was like, nah, man, he could definitely not play in a 2 gap. He gets thrown way off his grade. He gets squashed out by the offensive lineman at the point of attack. He is too small. He's too light in the ass. He gets thrown off his grass. Like, he is very quick as a 1 gapper, right? I'll give him that. He has a strong initial get off, and that's going to create havoc in the backfield. So he'll end up with a lot of tackles for losses, right? That's going to, and again, people don't remember. It's like a game of Texas Hold'em, right? You don't remember the sound plays, the sound wins, the sound win hands that you win. It's all about the bad beats. Like, that's all that everyone remembers. Case in point, like, did you watch the NFC Championship game with Javon Kinlaw, right? Defensive tackle, 3 tech. Everyone says he's going to be a freak. And not here in the DOB, I say he was going to be, and if I'm being 100% honest, I thought he was going to be a bust. And I knew the Niners were going to draft him. I knew it. Put it out there, check the beast receipt. And Javon Kinlaw kind of got into it with me during COVID and said, an empire wasn't built in a day. I don't know why. I don't know how that. Anyways, that's what he said. He said, and I said, okay, well, I said you have Pro Bowl potential because he does. And I wish him well. But I just didn't see it. And then he might not even be on the team this year as a first round pick because they brought in Javon Hargrave. And they have Javon Hargrave and Eric Armstead, which leaves you with Javon Kinlaw. They're going to pick up his 5th-year option. I highly doubt it. They're going to deny it. They're not going to give him that 5th-year option. But hey, what do I know? Beast receipts check out more times than not. Just saying. Even with the players when they try to challenge my credibility. Go ahead. Do it. The burden of proof falls on you to prove me wrong, man. You're the one that has to perform so I can write good stuff about you. I'm 12 years in the game. I'm a 12-year vet. So I hope I'm wrong. I hope you do well. But if you don't, I'm not surprised. That's why you guys follow me. I keep it fair, 100. I'm not going to say some guy's going to be an all-pro player or a Pro Bowl talent when he's not. I'm not going to say a guy's going to make the roster when he's not. I'm not going to say I'm going to hype up a friend because he's my friend and he's not very good because I'm not. I'm not going to do that. I'm always fair, always honest, always keeping it true to my vest on exactly how I see things playing out in the future. I'm sorry. If you don't like it, don't like my beast analysis, you can swipe left and listen to somebody who just says, rah, Raiders are going to go 17-0 year in and year out and go to the Super Bowl because that's what we're supposed to say. Jeremy Willis says, what's your thoughts on the guard we signed from Denver? Jeremy, thank you so much. I know you're new to following me. I did get to know Nitin Muti very, very well after this live stream concluded. You know what? I'll put up the video for you, man. So here, I'm going to put something up for you if you're still in the chat. So again, that's what I'm saying. Things that happened last year, even though the season's over, all these things play a role in 2023 and years ahead. So you're going to want to see my videos, and again, people steal my videos, pass it off as their own, but whatever. It's not whatever, but this got a lot of views, especially on Twitter, which don't count in the YouTube algorithm, but it counts. I was just going to post this up here. Let me just do this for you. So you have this. All right. So let's see here. Let me post this up for you. My bad, dude. Hold on. All right. So I just posted it for you up on the YouTube channel, man. Go check that out. And then you will see everything I had to say on there. Yeah, man. That's I said. Everything you want to know, man, I have you covered, bro. Like, if you have a question, I probably have it covered already. Covered every angle, every argument that you may have, every disagreement that you may have. I cover my bases, man. Leave no stone unturned, like GM Dave Ziegler. Jerry Miller says, Beast, do you think Tyree Wilson goes top 10? Absolutely. Do I value him top 10? Absolutely not. Will he go top 10? Absolutely. And yeah. Brandon Spears says, you should put people that steal your content on the channel and challenge them to mock draft and debates. They don't want that smoke, bro. I asked. They don't want that smoke. They don't want that smoke because they know that with smoke comes fire. They're going to lose credibility real quick because then everybody's going to know that they're stealing. They're plagiarizing. And I get really irritated with that. They don't want that smoke. Look, I can do this off the top of my head. If there was somebody right now, I don't care what team of all 32, give me a team. I will tell you their needs. I will tell you what their grading systems and my grading systems, what they had on offense, on defense, how their scouting department likes to process things, who they like to send to certain things, which coaches they like to bring out, which teams hide their interest in certain things to kind of bring in people that they otherwise wouldn't be interested in, to hide their interest in the player that they're actually interested in. The reverse psychology. I'm telling you, give me a team. I will give you 32 flavors. But no one wants that smoke. Everyone wants to take the lazy analysis and say, yes, I know what I'm talking about. Nate Dogg says, you've become my favorite Raider content creator so quickly. You are the real deal. Thank you so much, Nate Dogg. I really appreciate it, man. I love that handle, Nate Dogg. And thank you, man. It means a lot. It really does. It means a lot. Mark's 11:30. You know why? Because I do all these things for the nation, right? And it pisses me off. And I feel strongly about this because I think it's for me to expect people to have integrity and do the right thing is fool's gold. Because more times than not, people always want to do things for themselves for selfish reasons, right? Selfishly, they want to have that insight. But realistically, they don't have the bandwidth to gain that insight. But at the end of the day, they still have a job to do. So rather than create that own niche and creating that own path, they rather just, let's see what BEASTwriter had to say on YouTube on his live stream today. And you guys know who we're talking about. It's not a secret. You guys are all pointing it out here. You guys, it's just funny. And people internally, externally, all know what's going on. And plus, people, let me tell you something. People who know football, people who know scouting, people who know game film and who watches and who doesn't, it's very quick to know who's lying to themselves and who's actually putting out that work. They don't want that work. They don't even know how to put in that work. It's like if you give a guy a shovel and say, dig a hole, he's going to say, what hole? Create the freaking hole. Dig. He's probably looking for a hole already made. Bro, you're just burying yourself. Stop. Boogie says, Beast is ruthless. I'm just keeping it 100, my guy. I'm just keeping it 100. And the thing about this is there are no shots fired. Shots were fired when you were stealing my work. Shots were fired when we started using, let me write this down. Shots were fired when people were telling me when I was on my own grind, doing my own thing, that people were stealing analysis, then calling it as their own. Content creators, some people I possibly may work with or alongside with, reporters, that don't even cover the team. I mean, it's all layers. But you can very, very well fine tune what's real and who's not. I'm just keeping it 100, right? Because I wouldn't like it if I did that to somebody else, because I'd be a hypocrite. I'd be a hypocrite as some guy who is better than me, which there's probably is, who knows that Boogie right here is not better than me. I would love it. Iron sharpens iron. That's how I'm ingrained. I love it when people challenge me to raise my game. Like, I say no one works harder than me, and Boogie comes out and says no one works harder than me, and he could be right. He could be right, and I could be wrong. And I would be like, okay, let's put it to the test. Iron sharpens iron. So let's go. But no one wants that work. Everyone wants to take the lazy route. They don't have enough hours in a day. I sacrifice everything to be here. Everything to be here. Everything to be here. I don't have family. I don't have kids. Made the move from the Bay Area to Vegas. That's not a lateral move. Secondly, right? A startup was not a lateral move. And I did it because I said, you know what? I'm going to show everyone who said I couldn't do it that not only can I do it with the 49ers who said I couldn't do it and did it, and I can do it with the Raiders. And here I am. But don't be piggybacking on people's freaking work, man. Kevin Lucas says, Beast is sharp as fuck. Just keep it 100, man. Aaron says, do you rock with any other YouTubers? Yeah, I do. I mean, Fair NFL and Raider Ray for sure. I'm trying to get some more in Raider all up in here. We've been working for a while. I know he has that Oos Nation podcast with Mr. Fitz, and he does a really good job too. They're supposed to be hopping on. I was supposed to be on Sanjeet's channel, working on that for a year now, and he says he's busy, but I see him posting content, so I don't know where that's going. Maybe if you're watching Sanjeet's channel, ask him, say, hey man, when you got Beast on? It's been over a year. Yeah, I don't know. Boogie says, nah, bro, you definitely smoking me in football knowledge. No, I'm just, but you never know though, Boogie, right? You never know. You could, what I'm trying to get at is, it's not, I know more than you. It's more like I know that there's someone out there that knows more than me. I'm not afraid of that. I'm okay with that, right? Like there's like because it's only going to elevate my game to be like, oh, you know what? I've been put on notice, and I think that's what people feel. That's the vibe I'm getting right now as I just wrapped up year one. Is people get the feel that they're put on notice. And I've been told by some people that they kind of feel a certain way because they feel like they're put on notice. So it kind of uneasiness there. But that's not my fault though, right? I'm not trying to take anyone's job. I don't want your job. I'm just gonna stick on YouTube regardless. I ain't trying to take nobody's job. But still, some people always feel threatened by competition. But that's the thing. It's like if you're threatened by direct competition or indirect competition, you're in the wrong game. Facts? Let's keep it 100. If you're afraid of competition, then go field a 9 to 5, be happy with that 9 to 5, and just be done with it. I'm willing to hustle 24/7. That's why I choose to do what I do. Nate Dogg says, it's crazy how many creators I've seen over the past 2 weeks talk about Skaronski possibly being taken in the first because we haven't heard much about him. They literally took your work. I know. Call them out. And I know who they are. We all know who they are. We all know who they are. The Raiders know who they are. Let me write this down. There's 42 of you guys watching right now. If you like what I have to provide in the beast receipts that we have here on YouTube, give this video a thumbs up. There's 42 of you guys watching. We've been on for 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 57 seconds. Again, a like goes a long way. It is worth 1,000 hugs. And again, what's little to someone else is a big thing to someone else. It's big to me because, again, the like pushes up the algorithm. Also, if you want to send a super chat like others have already done so here on this live stream, you guys can do so. And there is a money icon here on YouTube where you guys can go ahead and donate. Daniel Kim says, Zeke's talked about fine-tuning over this last week after 15 straight days of draft meetings and months of scouting and taking notes. What happens over this last week? I think I think everything the board's set. You know, no one's saying this, but the board has been set. I think if you don't have your draft board already made right now they're just crossing the T's, dotting the I's, excuse me. But if I had to take a guess, I think their board is already set. They knew going into this presser who they're targeting. They already know exactly if they were to trade down. They already have a few. Again, no one's telling me this. This is just me forward thinking. Now write this down. Gosh, sometimes I feel like I should hide saying stuff so people can just like, but then again, it's like, then I'm doing you guys a disservice. Then I'm hurting myself indirectly. It's just like, I'm fighting what to say and what not to say because out of fear of someone, but then you know what? You guys are going to call them out. That's what we want. Just call them out. So I'm not afraid to put it out there because I know you guys will help me out and call these people out. So anyways, my thinking is, I think a lot of these people, the moment I say this, I know someone's going to copy this shit. I'm debating if I should say this. The board's already been set. Okay, my opinion. All right. I think they're just fine-tuning the wrinkles here on what they're going to do in that trade down selection, not so much the trade up. Okay, we talked about this. Let me write this down. Furthermore, I think they targeted it down to 2 or 3 teams that they like to trade down with. No one has said this. This is all just me talking based on my analytics and forward thinking and seeing through that crystal ball. You guys all come to know here in the DOB. Being the BEASTwriter that I am. I think you look at teams like the Texans, you look at teams like the Eagles, you look at teams possibly drafting in that later cluster that I talked about, right? Maybe a team like the New England Patriots. You just never know how that's going to play a role. The New York Jets could be a team that can also be in the mix, right? So look at those 3 teams there, that in a possible trade down scenario. We talked about this back on January 11th. If you missed the live stream, go ahead and check that out. I'll go ahead. Here's another one that I'm putting, another beast receipt that I'm going to put out there, right? Back on January 11th and January 19th, we talked about those 3 teams and the trade down scenario and why I thought those teams would trade down. Again, you guys, I know everyone has not watched every single video that I put up here. Otherwise, the analytics would tell me so. Do yourselves a solid. Every night you go to bed, just don't. I challenge you to watch the stuff, because once you realize when I posted these things, you will realize that the stuff that other people are posting, it's always after the fact. I don't care what anyone says they posted. Oh, it's a Saturday right now, and you posted this back on Wednesday. It's like, no, you posted it on the Saturday night because it was posted on Saturday night. Ryan says, who are these thief content creators? I want to know, Beast. Put them on blast. Part of me wants to do that. The other part of me wants to say, be the more professional guy and not do that, and let you guys be the ones to determine if you want to do that or not. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I know people know it happens internally, externally. Different sources have told me this. It's not a secret. It's not that hard to find. That's the thing. It's like, if you follow me from day one of covering the Raiders last year, right? Starting from day one and then see my grind, you know the angle that people take. You know the perspective that people take. You know the flavor that they bring to the table. Why is it now that it's changed all of a sudden? Jeremy Willis says, thanks for the Denver guard video. Mahalo. Thank you so much. Nate Dogg, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate, and super chat. I appreciate it. Oh, man. Boogie says the Autumn Windbags and Raider Fan Radio YouTube channels might be good collabs to look into. Thank you so much. Have them reach out to me. And you know where to find me, right? So have them reach out to me. I don't know who they are, to be quite honest with you. I'm still new to the nation, right? Like, I'm not throwing shade. I would like to know everyone. I do know a good majority of them now, thanks to, let me write this down. And it's funny. It's really funny to me. Pisses me off. Daniel Kim says, don't say it. Keep it close to your vest. Yeah. Well, Jeremy, I'm definitely going to do that. Jeremy Willis says, Beast, I know you love JJ and I do as well. However, if we traded back and drafted Bijan Robinson, it's 5 years possible Pro Bowl and Rookie of the Year and MVP. Yeah, absolutely. I love Bijan Robinson, dude. I like this kid a lot. He's the Raider way, man. But you know what? To be honest with you, I think they're really high on Zeus White. I think they really want to give him some. Look, Zeus, no one's talking about Zeus White. I think Zeus White's going to have a big role this year. All right, now let me write this down. Got to know Zeus White very well too. That whole running back room, by the way, we are like, you ask anyone there, right? The running back room, I never got. I'm tight with those guys. Britton Brown, and we talk about this. Britton Brown, Zeus White, Josh Jacobs. Those guys are, Amir Abdullah, right? All those guys get along and they're very close. I talked about it with them. And so every time I go in the locker room, I always make it a point to talk to them and dab with them and talk to them and, dab it up with them, give them a fist bump or whatever. Because at the end of the day, it's like, man, these guys are dope, man. Like they're actually cool people and they actually all get along. They actually don't care about competition. They love it. They're like, yeah, man. Like, he's like, yeah, man, I love playing with Josh Jacobs. He makes me better. Like, don't you want that? Like, why would you go into something and be like, nah, I don't want to get better today. I'm too lazy for that. You mean I have to work harder for the same paycheck that I earned yesterday? I'm not going to do that. Man, I tell you what, feed the beast, bro. I'm in it for the long haul, man. I ain't stopping, bro. Oh, my gosh. Daniel Kim, thank you so much for helping me out and saving me back on January 19th. I appreciate it. Omar Juarez says, why is Bolden still on the team? I like Bolden. That's my guy. In fact, he got me on again. I'm cool. I'm cool with the running back room. I'm cool with everyone. I don't think anyone does not like me. Maybe there's some people that like me and I don't know about it, but to my knowledge, everyone's pretty cool with me. Yeah, I don't know anyone that does not like me. All right, so getting back to Bolden, he had me on this Japanese anime thing on Netflix right now that I'm watching. It's called Kigen Ashura. Brandon, if you're watching, I told you I'd be watching it, bro. And he wanted to get my review on it. Anyways, why is he on the team? He's good. But are they going to keep him on the team? I don't know, because you have who? I want him to stay. I love Brandon. But you have Josh Jacobs, Zeus White, Amir Abdullah. Those are three right there. And Britton Brown. You're not going to get rid of Britton Brown, right? You drafted him. You're not going to get rid of him. And I like Britton Brown. He's the hammer, not the nail. Talked about it with him, right? So that's 4 right there. Are they going to keep 5 running backs again outside of fullback Jakob Johnson? That's a lot. That's a lot on the 53. Jeremy Willis says, I love Zeus tape at Georgia. However, he didn't pop on film last year. However, he didn't get the rock because JJ was beast mode. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, we are 1 hour and 44 minutes in and 12 seconds in. There's 38 of you guys watching right now. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It will push the algorithm to other like-minded YouTube nation like yourselves, and also get our DOB family growing bigger and stronger with each like. Again, a small, simple like is free. I'm not asking for any payment, not asking for anything else, although donations do help. But give this video a thumbs up. I mean, that is free 99. If you like my silver and black content that I provide on a daily basis, not just this video, but if you like, all my videos, all my content, even if you don't get to watch all my content because there's only so many hours in a day, please do so. Also, if you already subscribed to the channel, turn on the bell notifications. I'm going to look at my notifications right now in my analytics as we speak, because I want, again, I check this, right? I check before I go to sleep every single night. I check my analytics because it tells me a story. It tells me if what I'm saying holds true. There's 64 likes right now on the YouTube channel. Let's see here. Let me look at my analytics. And especially when it comes to hitting the bell notification, right? We all want that. All right. We all want that. We all want you guys to hit the bell notification because that's how you get notified when I push content. Post up on the community page. Keep up with the community page on YouTube. Very, very important you do so. That is something I kind of wanted to bring up here. I wanted to do that earlier. Now that I'm hitting my rhythm in the live stream, is the community page will keep you up to date on everything. So if I push back a pick 6 at 6 live stream, you will know about it. If I push back a pick 6 at 6 live stream to another day, you will know about it. If I move up a blitz pickup segment or remove a blitz pickup segment, you will know about it. If I post a poll about today's day and age of information and how everyone wants faster information, like a tweet, you will know about it. If you want to know something during training camp and have questions, I will post a community poll on that and you guys can ask questions. So then I can ask the players those questions, or those coaches those questions. Anything like that will be posted on the community page. That's also going to drive up the engagement. So again, a big thing that you can follow is the community page, and all of you guys that subscribe on YouTube have one. So a big way of helping me out and growing the DOB family here on YouTube is sharing the videos, sharing the content. That goes viral. You guys know this. How does stuff go viral on social media, right? The number one thing that people will tell you is sharing the video. You can do that. All you have to do is pick your favorite video, or pick this live video, right? Pick this live stream, or, a good one is for validation for people who don't know about me. Pick the GM Dave Ziegler one where he actually called me, gave me a shout out and said Beast, right? Because then people are like, who's Beast? Well, now you know. Here on YouTube, BEASTwriter, blah, right? Not tuning my own horn. GM Dave Ziegler did it, right? Gave me a shout out. So share whatever video. It doesn't have to be that one, but the context of this whole conversation I'm bringing to light right now is share that video. You can do that by, there's an arrow icon. You click on that arrow icon on your tablet, your iPhone, your laptop, computer, it doesn't matter. And what you'll see is a pop-up. It'll say community, or it'll say create new post. And that creating new post will then prompt you to share that video. So pick a video, hit the arrow button. It'll say create post. You can just type in what you want to say. Be like, check out this dude. Bam. Subscribe to the channel. Bam. This guy is my favorite content creator. Bam. This guy, my favorite Raiders beat writer. Bam.
Beat reporter. Boom. Done. This guy's the real deal. Boom. Check out his Beast receipts. What's Beast receipts? Boom. It really helps out a lot. It really does. And the analytics tell me something, right? I'm looking at the analytics right now. Let me just pull it up right now, right? So I look at the analytics every single day. And we are going like this, all right? So that tells us something. That tells us that we are doing something right, and we are on the fast track to success. In fact, we have 73 subscribers in this month so far. We have 73 subscribers, which is down from last month, 35% to be exact, down from last month. We had over I don't know how many subscribers we had last month. If I look at my analytics, I can pull that up. But we're on April right now. We have 35% less this time than this time last year, or this time last month. But the watch time hours are up, the engagement is up, and so everything in between is up. So that's also a good thing. See, I look at this and I say, okay, well, let me look at the audience, right? You guys are the audience. Let's look at the analytics on that. What kind of story does it say? Oh, it's working. Now I'm going, it was 14%. Now it's at 14.2%. In fact, what I'm saying makes sense. Subscribers who turned on all notifications for your channel, typically on YouTube, it's 10 to 30%. That's really, really low. We are at 14%. So it's right about that sweet spot. We just jumped to 14.2% before hopping on this live stream, which means 724 people have now turned on the bell notification. So what I'm saying is resonating with a lot of you guys. So please turn on the bell notifications. If you're already subscribed to the channel, do so. You subscribe for a reason because you want my content. So subscribe and turn on the YouTube bell notification. Do that and you'll be better for that. Oh, man. All right. All right. There's 31 of you guys watching. We have been on for 1 hour and 49 minutes and 1 hour and 50 minutes now and 3 seconds. If you guys like what I have to say, give this video a thumbs up. All right. So I think I'm going to hop off this live stream. It's 11:30 a.m. or p.m. a.m. It's 11:30 a.m. And what we're going to do is there's 59 likes in here. Now 60 likes. Thank you so much. It just jumped 1. I appreciate that. 1 is a lot. Not being sarcastic. 1 is a lot. It went from 59 to 60. By the end of the day, end of the night, into tomorrow, it should be, I'm guessing, what, 72, 73, 161. Here we go. Hit the like button, guys. Hit it. Hit the like button. Do it. You can do it. Anyone like the water boy? I like the water boy. Fred Johnson said this on look, here's Fred Johnson. He's never been on the live stream before. He says, Raiders are not trading out of 7. Let me write this down. Okay. I'm keeping track. I'm keeping track of Fred Johnson. He says Raiders are not trading out of 7, which can happen. I'm not saying that they are going to trade down, but he called it as fact. They are not trading out of 7. So that's a fact. That is a fact. Interesting. I'm going to like the comment and heart it. Why are you hearting his videos? Why are you hearting his comments? Even though I always heart comments just to show, hey man, I appreciate you dropping that dime there. Daniel Kim, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate it. It says McDonald's fun. Get more Ghetto Max. Good stuff, fam. Hey, bro, they messed up on my Ghetto Mac, bro. They put condiments in it, bro. I just wanted the Mac sauce, man. But anyways, yeah, thank you so much, man. There's 29 of you guys watching. We've been on for almost 2 hours. Actually, I think I'm going to stretch it out for 2 hours. Any questions you guys want, let's go ahead and get started, and I'll answer any questions you have. Also, I want to put up some other things that I missed in between the sets of answering some super chats and stickers and questions in between. Oh, man. But yeah, I can tell you right now, the likes and engagement are going up, and that's exactly what I want. Every morning I wake up to comments, and again, if you're watching this on the replay, I answer every comment. I respond to every engagement post. I respond to everything, right? Now, the bigger the bigger we get, the bigger we grow, the harder it's going to be for me to do that. But you'll know at some point in time, you're going to get a comment back. You're going to get engagement back. Right now, we're so small. You're getting that family-oriented, real family. I mean, we're gonna be a family no matter what. But the bigger we get, if you're in a big ohana like I am, man, it's just, you can't spend, hey, how you doing, and then spend like 15-30 minutes with that person, because by the end of the day, there's like, what, if you go to a house party or a family reunion or something like that, you're talking about over 100 people. I'm not joking. So everyone wants to talk to you, right, and play catch up. But we're so family oriented, like so small right now, since we are a startup. Like, you're gonna get that day one vibe. Like, we're launching shirts. There's a lot of stuff we're launching right now behind the scenes that you guys don't know about. We are launching DOB merch that you guys can donate and help out the DOB grow. That will help with the income here in the DOB. We are launching t-shirts. We are launching backpacks. We are launching decal stickers. That we already have made and have already sold. But check out the community page. I'm going to repost that up. I posted up on the community page earlier on in the year. We sold out of those decal stickers, the DOB decal stickers. They're not just simple sticker. These are weather resistant, die cut, and water resistant, which means they're going to last upwards of 5 to 10 years. And they're expensive to make, right? For my end. But if you want to purchase some DOB decal stickers, let me know and I can get that over to you. It's $250 a piece, or 2 for $5. So, which is $250 each. So they come in a pack of 2 and they're $5 each. So you guys are gonna like it. It's on my cell phone. You'll see it at Raiders Stadium. In fact, Allegiant Stadium. In fact, I do give those for free. If you're part of the DOB family, you guys see me, just holla at Beast. But hey, what's up, Beast? Like, hey, Beast, what's up? I follow you, blah blah. Take us, I take selfies with you guys. You guys can tag me, and then I also give away stuff during the game, right? Before the game, I should say, not during the game, because I'm up in the press box. But it's a small gesture as a thank you for me to you, man. I like doing that. I really do. I like giving back to all you guys. But no, thank you so much. All right, so Justin says, let's go. Late night with Beast. Ooh, Massetti says, count me in for a decal. All right, man. So what you can do is you can, if you want, my email is listed on YouTube in the about section. It's beastwriternfl@gmail.com. Shoot me an email, or better yet, also shoot me a Venmo. My Venmo is in the description box of every YouTube video that I make, whether it be a live stream video, whether it be a static video, a Locker Room Pulse interview video, Coach's Corner interview video. Doesn't matter. Any video that I make here on YouTube, everything is the same. You'll see my social media listed along with my Venmo attached. So in the description box here on YouTube, and you guys can go ahead and just send me a Venmo. Let me know how much you guys want. And you guys can go ahead and I'll put it right here for you guys. So there's my Venmo. And then you guys can go and see and donate. Let me know what you guys want, and we'll get that over to you. Obviously, I'm going to need your email address, your mailing address or shipping address where you want the package shipped to, and then I will ship that out to you. So please email me. Before you Venmo me, actually, go to my email. I'm going to type in my email. It's in the description. Actually, just go there. It's in the description box below. My email address should be there. BEASTwriterNFL@gmail.com. Let me just make sure it's in there. It should be in there. If it's not in there, I'm not doing my job, and I apologize for that. I need to do better. See? My email is not in there. My email is on the about section, though, as I'm looking right now. So go to the about section on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. It's there. Just go into the about section, and my email is there. Yep. My email is right here. For business inquiries, view email address. Boom. It's beastwriternfl@gmail.com. All right. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I just want to get a special shout out to those that gave me live stream super chats during this live stream. And also, if you're watching the replay, you guys can send me a super thanks. We've been on for 1 hour, 57 minutes, and 28 seconds. Give this video a thumbs up if you like my silver and black content. Thank you, Onto Six Soldier. Appreciate the super chat. Really means a lot, and really appreciate you. Thank you so much. The Nightmare, the Nation Nightmare. Thank you so much for your super sticker. Rafael Martinez, thank you so much for getting to know me and me getting to know you. And also, yes, I would be honored to sign the book once I have it published on the dark side of BEASTwriter. So again, I am launching a book on how I got to where I am today. When it's all said and done. Demons 4200, thank you so much for modding and also showing the love and support here in the DOB. And thank you for your super chat. G Money, he says the shout out from DayZ was an amazing moment. If you missed GM Day Ziegler's live stream presser with me and other beat writers that were there, he gave me a shout out, specifically gave me a shout out, says Beast. And then he started his presser. So I thought that was pretty cool. And like I said, a little goes a long way. Just a shout out. Again, it's priceless. It really means a lot to me. More than like money ever will. You know what I mean? Like I can take that to me with my grave and be like, man, okay, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. G Money, thank you so much for your super chat. Appreciate it, my guy. On to Six Soldier. Thank you for your super chat. Really appreciate it. Means a lot. Give me 2 of them today. And we talked about the first round grades and the Pro Bowl talent and everything in between. Mecha, thank you so much for your super sticker. I really appreciate it. And again, it helps out. I haven't heard from you in a bit, and I'm glad that you're back here in the DOB family. Really means a lot here in the DOB. Nate Dog, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Always love talking to you, and I'm happy that you find my silver and black content of value and that I am your sole #1 beat writer reporter for all your news and notes and quotes on a day-to-day basis. Daniel Kim, my guy, thank you for modding the channel and thank you for your super chat as well. Things are trending upwards. I am very excited for everything that is going on in here. And like I said, wouldn't be here without you guys in my corner. So again, if you guys want to know my email, I'm going to put this up there for you. Just go to beastwriternfl@gmail.com. And I'll leave it there for you so you guys can go, right? So just my handle, beastwriternfl@gmail.com. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I hope you guys had a lot of fun on this live stream. I know I had a lot of fun on this live stream. We just knocked it out of the ballpark on another 2-hour live stream. 29 of you guys watching right now. Give this video a thumbs up before he heads out. And again, thank you so much for all that you do and allowing me to do what I do on a day-to-day basis for you. Stay tuned for tomorrow. I might hop on another live stream. I might take the day off. I haven't got much sleep over this course of this week. Didn't even go to the gym today, so that's how you know how busy I am for all of you nation out there. But thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to take a break right here. Going to crash out. Going to eat my McDonald's and then go to sleep. So not going to stay up late today. I think my body's telling me to just take a day off and peel back layers on the onion and get some rest. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I had a lot of fun. You guys really, really killed it and knocked out of the ballpark. It didn't even feel like 2 hours on this live stream. And again, words can't express how grateful you guys have all been to me. And I'll never forget the moments from day one. And this time next year, we're going to be a lot bigger, a lot stronger. And hopefully the DOB family will be one of those where we look back and say, man, look at where we started and look at how far we came. So year 1 was a trial run. Year 2 is the year of the beast here in the dark side of BEASTwriter. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Have a good night. BEASTwriter out.